Yo, welcome to another great video. In today's video, we're gonna go over how to create really good looking custom terrain. We're also going to decorate our maps a little bit with some nature to really make it look more natural and appealing to the eye. Guys, this is a continuation of another series that I made called How to Create a BR Map. I'm going to put that link on the top right. Make sure to watch that first before diving into this one. I also want to point out that this is going to be a pretty easy video for newbies and people that want to learn how to make a BR map. I'm going to get a little more advanced in later videos and how to create some more detailed terrain. But this is going to be a great video, so let's just get right into it. So the first thing I think you need to do is go ahead and check out this BR map that I created already. I'm going to provide the code for you right here. Go ahead and check it out. Now I want you to take a moment and go on this map and look around. I want you to go around and see how I put the nature in. I want you to see where I laid each boulder. There is an art to every part of this, and we're going to go over that, but I want you to take a moment, go to the map with the code provided there on the screen. It's going to be amazing when you're all done. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is the best map I've ever created. All right, so the first thing we need to do is look around the map and decide where we want to make this extension. You notice the building's really close to the edge of the map. I don't really like that, so what I'm going to do is break apart the map here and start to figure out how to lay out my expansion of my Battle Royale map. And that's what you guys can do. You can build a really small BR map, play it with your friends, and then slowly expand it out. Maybe you do seasons, maybe you're adding new locations. That's exactly what we're doing here right now. You'll see that I'm just restructuring the map a little bit. I'm deleting certain parts of it, adding more terrain in, and basically just making it bigger. A big part of this I want to go over is making it look good and unique, right? And what I mean by that is you don't want to just create a square. You'll notice that's what it seems like I'm almost doing here. We can always start with it looking like a square as long as it ends up looking unique in the end. What I'm going to do now, I've created this little ledge off to the right there. I'm going to go ahead and create a level up. And that's something we did not go over in the other video. And you'll see here I'm grabbing a ramp terrain piece and I'm going to place it down here, but I need to make sure it's even. So I realized there I need to delete that, make sure it matches up with the tiles, right? So we're going to go ahead and place that down. And then what we're doing is we're building a ramp up to another level, right? We're having the train go up a little bit, which is kind of nice. But I did notice I made a mistake, and let me show you what I did wrong. So what you're gonna notice here is I placed these ramps incorrectly. This is a very common mistake. So you'll see I'll put the grass pieces down and they just don't look right. So let's go ahead and correct that, all right? What we need to do is actually make those ramps a little bit longer. I'm notorious for making this mistake. So we're gonna go ahead and delete these ramps. I'm gonna leave one there so you can see what I mean by this, but we need to actually just move it out one piece farther. And now, does that make sense? We have to make sure it just is completely out. So now when we go ahead and put some grass up there, you'll notice it matches perfectly. Now, once again, we can't build up there without using a piece that I showed this in the last video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this piece right here, and I want to show you a little bit better. We did this in the other BR video, so if you want to get a little bit more of a detailed explanation, go ahead and watch the video, how to make a BR map. So you grab this piece first, set your grid snap to 16, and try your best to get this as low as possible where it connects. Once you're done, you'll go ahead and place it. Now that we have that piece, we can go ahead and keep building. All right, moving on. We're gonna go to My Island and we're gonna go over to Tools. Now guys, create island backup. Yes, yes, yes. We just did all that work. We wanna back up the island. I saved it right there. And you wanna verify that you backed it up. You can see their last backup 0 minutes ago. This is so important, guys. All right, so let's get back to making our terrain look good. What we wanna do is just keep playing around with these squares until we get something that looks good. We don't want it to look perfect, because nature in general doesn't look perfect. Nothing is perfectly one way or perfectly shaped or perfectly square. And since we're really locked into these squares in Fortnite, we have to try to get as creative as possible to break it up and make it look unique. The other thing I want to point out, I'm showing you my map right now. If we're doing a Battle Royale map and we keep going down, we're gonna have a lot of water on the left and the right when we have storm circle. And we don't want to build too far up or too far down without filling in the left or the right. Otherwise, storm circle can end up being in the water almost all the time. So you really want to make sure you're addressing these things. So let's go ahead and revisit our ramp. We're gonna go ahead and do something pretty artistic here. I wanna show it off to you, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and grab 2 grass pieces here. So we want the grass to be on top. I'm gonna go ahead and flip those grass pieces around, place them again here, and it looks a little weird here at first, but watch and see what we do here. We're gonna go ahead and then close these off, and we're gonna do the exact same thing now on the other side. We'll just go ahead and put the grass piece there on the corner and there again, and then we're gonna go ahead and flip it around just like before. And what you'll notice is we've created this really unique cavernous feel of going up to the next level. It just doesn't look complete without putting these barrier walls. Guys, if you could like and subscribe to my channel, you have no idea how much that would mean to me. Just hit that like if you feel like the content I am providing is awesome. Once all is said and done, we will see our work and we'll see what we did. And the first thing you'll say to me and notice is, this looks ugly. And that's true, it does look pretty ugly. We've expanded our map, it looks decent, but it's pretty ugly. And the reason for that is there's not enough layers. It's just the same repetitive pattern over and over. So we need to address this. So what we're gonna do is look around our map and see where we can fill in some of the gaps. And I've chosen this little area down here. And what we're gonna do, and this is creative, right? So you will choose on your map where this goes. You'll choose an area to carve out and you'll decide what you're gonna carve out. And that means you may be deleting some work you just did, which can get very irritating if you don't plan ahead. You can plan ahead if you'd like, or you can do what I do and just kind of keep carving and recreating. And yes, it's a lot of work, but it will pay off in the end. So what you'll see I'm doing here is once again carving into the map, but in layers. And so I'm gonna cut in there and I'm gonna go ahead and delete out these pieces here and use corner pieces because it uses less material. Plug that in there. And what you'll see is this nice new part of the map, right? It's easy for people to jump up if they fall down, etc. And we're gonna keep going layered down here. And you'll see now all finished, you're just creating these textural layers and it looks so nice. It looks a little better. So once again, I'm gonna just choose another part of my map to rip out and gut. Once again though, we have to be careful. You'll notice my map is going down. It's actually getting worse. I'm going down, 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 but I'm not going left or right. So just keep in mind, you wanna make sure you're filling in the left and the right as well. I'm not gonna do that in this video. It's just a disclaimer. And now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what we've done. We've created some great layers here already. I'm gonna go ahead and now dive into putting some nature into this. It looks really dry and basic. We have to bring it to life. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're gonna go ahead and grab things from the nature gallery, which you can go ahead and pull up here on the left. And then everything in here is just nature. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a tree that I like. You can just choose anything you'd like. Now remember, anytime you use new materials, it is gonna cost memory. Be very mindful of this. Memory goes quick. Also, make sure drops are off when placing certain trees because otherwise the roots are exposed. You'll notice if I don't rotate my trees, look at how boring that looks. If you put them too close together and you're not rotating them, it can look rather ugly. So make sure every time you place a tree, see how I'm rotating it 1 or 2 clicks? Perfect. Then you place it, rotate. You could even resize the trees, make them smaller or bigger. You may even delete things as you're building and realize, oh, I don't like that placement. So you can even put the bushes in there, the ones that you hide in. That way people can hide out if they want. As you keep adding more and more nature elements to the map, the more unique it's going to feel. So you can even make one section that's pine and then another section that's just regular trees. You can even go in and grab rocks, right? We want people to be able to mat up. So we can grab some rocks, place them around the map, for them to harvest. That's really important, right? You may even find what you want in a different gallery like the Desert Nature Gallery. Though we're not building anything desert-like, there are plants. I really like this one a lot, and you can put drops on for this. When you put on drops, it places nicely. I actually like it a little bigger. You can resize this flower to be a little bigger as well. When you resize it, it just shows it pops more. To finish it off, we can go to a Lonely Lodge Gallery. We can go ahead and grab some cabin materials and maybe just do a small little 1x1 hut. You see those on the Battle Royale map all the time. So we just have to look around and decide where we want to place it. And once we've decided where we want to place that, we may realize that we have to redo some of our nature. That rock was blocking, that flower's in the way. So, you know, you may just have to move some stuff around, but now we can build a little 1x1 cabin right here and maybe put a chest in there and design it. As we are building, we realize that we have indestructible grass, right? So we need to go ahead and put an indestructible tile under there, or you have to use the method I showed you in the how to make a BR video to place dirt under the map. But the easiest way to fix this, you'll notice if I just place a normal piece down here, I can break through it and then I'm under the map. That's no good. Here's a quick fix that I like. You go to the indestructible gallery and choose a floor piece from there. So we'll go ahead into that gallery and grab a floor piece that we think would work for this. There's not a lot of options, but we can even just use stone. And that's fine for this, right? It's a small little area. Now I know for sure they can't break down under the map. And now you can decorate this area, put a chest, maybe a bed, maybe a table and a chair. Make it your own. And as you can see, we've created a beautiful expansion to our Battle Royale map with some additional custom terrain. I am going to go ahead and dive even deeper in another video on how to create even more custom terrain like mountains. That will have some caveats to it, but it's a deeper dive and I wanted to save it for another video. Thank you again for coming by and checking out my channel. If you like what you see, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and I really appreciate you all so much. Until next time, guys, take care.